Certain decisions have been taken by the prosecutors. Of course, they've got the right to take whatever, decision, because also independence means that they're independent from members of the public. They're independent from business people. They should be independent from politicians, from friends and family, so that they take decisions based on the facts and the law. So they should be given that space. But again, some decisions would raise eyebrows, from time to time, whether was it appropriate for them. So they are always under scrutiny as well. But the test at the end of the day is when matters go to court, whether a decision was correct or incorrect. It happens all the time. The fact is that, the prosecutors, before they can take a decision whether to prosecute or not, is always dependent on the quality of the docket. In terms of the quality of the investigations that have been done by the police. If the docket is thin, there isn't much, they'll always refer it back to the investigators for further investigations. There are always instructions, the docket that you must go into this, go into that, go into that. At times, the police will do their work quite well. In those cases, then it's easier for them to take a decision. But if they are not convinced that there's sufficient evidence, remember, they must look at matters and look at the prospects of a successful prosecution. So they don't decide to prosecute if there's no prospect of a successful prosecution. That's why I'm saying, a prosecution is as good as the investigation. Yeah. So they could be having, genuine reasons why they have decided not to prosecute on the basis of insufficiency of evidence. So it's not every matter that they are forced to prosecute by virtue of the police having referred a docket, to them. So they make their own assessment. They look at the facts, they look at the law, they look at the evidence that is available, and then they take a decision. So it would be difficult to say anything to say that no, perhaps they didn't do their job or there was political interference. I think we also need to be fair to the prosecutors.